What is up everyone, it is George from Geotech, GeoPCs. Today we've got a different type of video, well not much different from the other type of videos, but we're basically rebuilding this gaming PC for one of my very trusted customers. So they were basically rocketing, where is it? Let's put it this way, so they had a GTX 750 Ti, which to be fair is not a bad graphics card even for nowadays. You can run your basic games, Minecraft, Fortnite, Roblox. You could probably push it for some other games as well. They're running on the DDR3 platform, which was off this board. I think it was an Intel i5 4th gen they were running off, which is not overly horrible. They had two USB 3.0s on that and two normal USBs and a Ethernet port, which is on most computers anyway. And yeah, so I sold that PC to him over a year ago now. It was up for about 250 quid if I remember, but I sold it to him for, I think it was about 100 quid because it was for his kid and it was his first gaming PC, and I wanted to kind of help him out because I remember when I got my first gaming PC how awesome it was. So I basically did that. So they're back in today with an upgrade. They originally came in for some extra sticks, RAM sticks, to 16 gigs from 8 gigs, but then they just thought, well, we'll have an upgrade because we want to play the new Star Wars Outlaws and all the other bits and bobs. So they didn't want to overspend, like spend £1,000 on PC parts, which, don't get me wrong, is completely understandable. But they're still in that very, very nice middle range of gaming PCs, and still got some pretty high spec parts in here, giving them an extra 1TB SSD. Also got a Samsung SSD there, which is a 120 or is it 500 gig drive? I think it might be 500 gig drive, not sure, but that's the boot drive. It's got some games on it, and I'll throw that on there as well. And you're going for the Ryzen 5 5600. Not a bad CPU at all. I've upgraded their power supply unit to a MSI Mag 650 watt power supply unit, and from that 750 Ti they're going AMD today. So they're going for a AMD Radeon RX 6600, which is an 8 gig card. So sorry, I had a notification, but yeah, and also as normal made sure to get my stock of thermal paste out as well. So yeah, so this is going to be quite a fun build actually, I think, to be honest. So let's give it, that's a bit better, camera a bit of a clean. So I think what we're going to do first is we're going to give this Game Max PC a bit of a clean. Just get all the dust out as needs be, and then in the front here, as you can see, because what I think is with them being higher end parts, I'm going to put some more fans in. So I'm going to get the stock of fans out and get that sorted as well. Right, so that was a montage of that done. We're going to pop this in, and if you've noticed about my hands, you could probably call them tradie hands because the amount of work that's been going on in the shop at the minute is mad with all the computers. So I've kind of lost my gloves that I usually use for repairing computers, building computers, repairing phones. I've just been doing an iPad screen and that was all completely smashed to bits, and yeah, my hand's got cut from it. But you live and you learn in this trade, I guess. So it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. What we're going to do is put this in here, get this out of the way. Do not need it anymore. I'm going to throw this in now, the IO shield. Before you say anything as well, yes, I'm using a Ray-Ban cloth. Cloth is a cloth, alright guys. My other one got absolutely destroyed, and this is the last thing I had that was close enough to wiping things up, so... No cables is the one for you? No, okay. Back off. Ooh, let me get that out of the way. Oh, I'm gonna have to throw this motherboard in, guys. Because if I start loading cables up in this, it's gonna struggle. Let me move the camera. There we go. So what are we working with here? There we go. Heard the click for it to go in. Screw size. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. And this time, I was lucky. Now I've got to find the same size screw for every single one. So this is what we're working with so far. Some of those cables need to, I'm going to zip tie that, not zip tie, cable tie them together with the Velcro straps. But what I had to do was I had to put that other SSD on that side. I was hoping to put it like there, so it's on there. This GPU pretty much covers this whole front part. So this will all be gone anyway for you OCD cable ties. But we've got 2 of these fans in here, which are RGB ones as well, which push in the air this way to this fan. I don't know whether to put one at the top. I think I might keep this for now. I think this should be alright. It's better than just one fan. Or maybe I should... No, I'll keep it as is for now. And then if they want to change anything, I can swap fans around and stuff. But I'm just waiting for these 2 sticks to come in as well. But what I'm going to do is I have one of these in stock as well, which matches his other one, which is the Vanixang, so yeah, whatever, NVMe 1TB SSD. It's not 1TB, so it's 512GB SSD, M.2 SSD. Before people start saying, why are you using this brand? I have never, ever had a problem with this company, ever. Every single one I've used, not had a problem. I even used one of these in my Dell laptop. I don't use one on my PC, like one of these ones, but I do have another one down there which I'm going to put in. But I've not had a problem with them. They're all still using Samsung chips, so it's just the brand that makes them. They're all made in the same factory. They are nowadays. Even Samsung's made in the same factory. This and that are the same bloody brand. So, you know, fair enough. Don't buy something from one that literally is like you don't even read. You can't even read the writing. But you know, it's a decent brand. I've never ever had a problem with it, and I've never even repaired any of them. So yeah, again, they're using Samsung chips, so just remember that, guys. But I'm going to throw this in for him anyway, but just in case I have loaded Windows onto this, because that is the boot drive with Windows already on it, I'm going to plug this into my data drive and make sure it's not got anything on it, and if it does, I'm going to wipe it and then install it. Right, I got it cleared, so it's just a normal M.2 SSD. I don't think it's partitioned, so I'll do that when I set it up. But this is the fun part now. I just realised I've got my other one in there. So should be alright, that. Let me set my camera back up. Awesome. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this in here, and then that should be fine. I'm going to get the GPU in. And then this is not a magnetised screw. As I say, power colour. Decent. Right, let's get the screws in. Go on. And this is the moment of truth. Should we call it? Just need to get all the graphic drivers on it and everything anyway, so we'll see what's make sure all the SSDs are working as well. Is it I think it's trying to boot into the M.2, I think. I'm thinking about it. Give me a minute, let me start moving stuff about again. The boot order was still set with, I think, a small partition that was left on the M.2, so I've moved it back to this one in the boot order, and hopefully when it does its little bloody tests again for the 100th time, it should boot into the original Windows that they left it at. Yep, by the looks of it, that's right. It might just start configuring devices again. Yeah, so that's done. I just need to wait for this next kit, so I'll pick up the video then when the next kit comes. Well, yeah, might as well sit down, start editing this video, and wait for all my parcels to arrive. So yeah, lovely.